Welcome to Brain Academy. Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about a law of flotation. A law of flotation deals with why objects float in water or sink in water. So, according to our previous conceptions, things float or sink in water due to density. And to clarify that, we're going to look at now two objects in water. Let's call this object A, and then this is our first scenario, floating, and then we have our object B with sinking scenario. So according to our previous conceptions about density, these two objects are floating or sinking in water because they have more density or they have less density than water. So in this first scenario, the density of this object A is less than that of water, and as a result, this object is floating in the water, or A floats in water. That's our density conception about flotation. And in this second scenario, this object B has more density than that of water. As a result, this object is sinking in water. So this was all working, but if we look at another scenario, let's look at another scenario. There is a pool of water, and then we have a person in this pool of water, let's say. And this person does not know swimming, and this person, since he does not know swimming, he or she sinks in water. And then let's say after a certain time, this same person learns to swim, and after that time he or she is floating in water just because he or she knows how to swim. Now the concept of density is not working here, because if that concept was working, then he or she should actually float in water, but it's not happening because the density of person is less than water. So what's happening here? So to understand what's happening there, we are going to look at another beaker filled with water again. So again, we are going to place something inside this water. So we have an object inside this water. Now what's going to happen is, whenever we put an object inside water, it is going to displace some water upwards. So let's make the displaced water. So this green water is our displaced water. Now whether this object is going to float or sink, it depends on the weight of the displaced water. If the weight of this stone is 5 Newton, then the weight of this displaced water can be two things. So it can be, the weight of displaced water can also be 5 Newton or more than 5 Newton, in which case the object will float, or it can be less than 5 Newton. So if the weight of this displaced water is less than 5 Newton, then it's gonna sink in water. So everything depends on the weight of displaced water, not the density. So if the weight of displaced water is equal to the weight of the body or more than the weight of the body, then it's gonna float. And if the weight of displaced water is less than the weight of the object, which is 5 Newton, then it's gonna sink. So in this first scenario, this person is sinking because he cannot displace liquid equal to his own weight, because he does not know swimming. So the displaced water is not equal to his own weight, and he is sinking. But after he learns swimming, he or she can actually displace liquid equal to his or her own weight. Even though they don't know they are actually displacing water equal to their own weight, they actually are when they know how to swim properly, and as a result, he or she floats in water. And in this case, they sink because they cannot displace water equal to their own weight. So now we can write the statement of law of flotation, which is, if an object displaces liquid equal to its own weight, then it floats. And that is our law of flotation. Thank you.